Hello, this is Nitin Dahad with the Times. I'm reporting here from the DAC Chips to Systems Conference 2026 in Long Beach, California. And I'm talking to William Wang, who's the CEO and founder of a company called ChipAgents. And they've just made an announcement of a headline is $134 million raised, but tell us a little bit about the whole news and what it means.
So today, ChipAgents is very happy to announce our Series A2 round of $60 million that put our total Series A funding to be $131 million. So we're really excited to work with our ecosystem partner and use the funding to scale the company. We recently shipped our own in-house model, it's called RenWar. So we're going to use the funding to continue to scale up the training to serve our customers with better performance at a lower cost. We also are actually hiring a lot of application engineering engineers to support the global customers in training, deploying ChipAgents. And for the R&D, we also had a lot of new efforts in back-end and front-end solutions to really build fully autonomous AI agents for the entire end-to-end solutions.
Now, you talk about AI agents, that's been the theme of the conference here, agent engineers, AI agents. There's a lot of, let's say, talk about it, but break down the hype. What does it actually mean?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think the fundamental issue, right, that we're tackling here is time to market and also the lack of enough, right, qualified engineers to do the job. So traditionally, what happens is that human engineers, right, will look at graphic user interface and you do things manually. The challenge right now is that because the chip complexity is growing exponentially, there's not enough, right, engineers to do the job. So what happens with AI agent is that the AI agents are actually making the tool calls, right? They invoke different tools to do the job. So the good news about having AI agent joining the workforce is that they're solving the labor shortage issue. And then they're also being able to join the workforce and accelerate, right, the time to market and help our customers to shorten the tape out from 12 months, 16 months right now to 8 months and 9 months.
Now, there are a lot of companies claiming all of this. What differentiates ChipAgents and like with those 120 customers that you said you have, what is it that's made them turn to you?
Absolutely. So ChipAgent, we are the very, very few companies in this particular area that actually came from AI background. So I started training the first deep reinforcement learning agent back into 2017, where we figure out how to do reinforcement learning together with supervised fine-tuning to build the best reasoning model at the time. So we came from a very unique angle. We know how to build AI models. We know how to build the best AI agent harness. We also know, right, how to build AI native tools. So I think connecting the model, the harness, and the tool is really the key. That's why our customers are seeing much better results with ChipAgents comparing to the generic AI coding solution.
But being so young, what convinced them to talk to even entertain you?
Yeah, so that's
young as in young as a company.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I think that this industry in general, they are very merit driven, right? That the engineers themselves, they really want to use the best product, right? They always choose the best of the breed. So ultimately, I think it boils down to who has the better product on the market, right? So I think ChipAgent, we do have the best product in the market. That's why I think with the customer pooling, they did evaluation. That often the case, right? We got chosen. So I think, in many cases, it really comes down to the engineer, right? What tools they like, what tools they see the best benefit. That is the most important thing.
And the other thing is, like, I know you compliment the other players, like the big EDA players, but what do you see? Do you see that whole model being disrupted, or where do you fit in with that whole ecosystem?
Yeah, fantastic. So the data we're seeing at ChipAgent is that every dollar our customers spend on ChipAgents, there's another $2 on the EDA tools that is being invoked by our agent. And then there's another $2, right, on the storage and database. So it is a fascinating ecosystem. So you have the cloud provider, you have AI labs like ChipAgents, you also have EDA companies. So I think it's a fascinating ecosystem that is evolving so fast that everybody is rushing to the customers to provide value. And I think that's the most important thing, that I think we should be all open-minded, right, to collaborate and really work together, right, to bring value to the shared customers.
And what's excited you about DAC this year? I mean, you seem to have a lot of people on the booth.
Yeah, so I think DAC has been a great conference in this area in the last 20, 30 years. 20 years ago, probably we're seeing even more booths and more traffic and more people. Right now, it's also renaissance, right, of DAC, that we're seeing a lot more new companies coming in, right? We're seeing a lot of AI companies this year. There's probably 20, 30 of them.
Yeah, I think every I see something.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good news, right? It means there are more funding, that funds more innovation in the industry. I think in general it's really healthy, right, for the semiconductor industry to work with different vendors to look at innovations, not just in the tooling space, but also in the harness, in the model space, to be able to do things end to end, right, to help our customers.
And finally, what's next for ChipAgents?
Yeah, ChipAgent, I think.
What are the investors and the customers expecting?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that we definitely have seen a lot of high expectations from our customers for ChipAgents to really deliver value. So for the existing customers, we often see that they're expanding the usage. They're growing the usage in different product groups. They're growing the usage in different function groups. And also, how do you scale, right? How do you support thousands of engineers? So that actually, we need to have very good methodology to provide, that application engineering support. But meanwhile, right, so how do you quickly build your next generation AI product? Because every product changes every 3 months.
Of course.
So time to market is extremely important.
Yeah, well, good. Well, William Wang, good luck, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Nitin.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.